Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jayo Jayo Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Gokula Tarune Mandala Maite. Gokula Tarune Mandala Maite. Gokula Tarune Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Damodarastakam Badana Beshe Harini Skuta Vrindavan Pineshe Damodarastakam Badana Beshe Harini Skuta Vrindavan Pineshe Damodarastakam Badana Beshe Harini Skuta Vrindavan Pineshe Damodarastakam Harini Skuta Vrindavan Pineshe Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jayo Jayo Vishabhanundai Nabasashileke Lalita Sakhi Guna Ramita Vishake Vishabhanundai Nabasashileke Lalita Sakhi Guna Ramita Vishake Vishabhanundai Nabasashileke Lalita Sakhe Guna Ramita Vishake Vishabhanu Shileke Lalita Sakhe Guna Ramita Vishake Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jayo Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jayo Jayo Karuna Kuro Mai Karuna Barite Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite Karuna Kuro Mai Karuna Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite Karuna Kuro Mae Karuna Barite Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite Karuna Kuro Mae Sanaka Sanatana Vanita Charite Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jayo Jayo Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Gokula Tarune Mandala Maite. Gokula Tarune Mandala Maite. Gokula Tarune Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Daite. Radhe Jayo Radhe Jayo Jayo Madhava Badaite Radhe Jaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Jaya Radha, Damodara Radha, Damodara Radhe, Jaya Radha. Jaya Radha, Damodara Radha, Damodara Radhe, Jaya Radha. Haribo, 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 Nitago, Haribo. Nitago, Haribo, 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 Nitago, Haribo, Nitago. Nitai Gopi Menande, Sisi Damodara Ki, Sisi Radha Damodara Ki, Sri Yashoda Maya Ki, Srila Prabhupada Ki, Kartik Mas Ki, Jai, Hare Krishna. Gurave Gurachandaya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Ta Bhaktaya Namo Nama Agyana Timinda Sagana Gana Salakaya Susumrita Yena Tasma Sri Gurave Namaha Narayana Namaskritya Narayachava Narottama Devam Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nastapaye Swabhadesu Nitya Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatu Tamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Nastiki Vede Ramane Chaiba Purane Bharate Tata Hado Andyam Chamade Cha Hari Savatya Giyate Mukam Karatiba Chala Pangu Langayate Gri Yakipataham Bande Si Guridinatarine Paramananda Madhava Vandeha Si Guru Sitam Padakabala Si Guru Vaishnam Si Rupam Sakajatan Sahagama Raghunatha Vitantan Sajivam Sadvaitan Savadutan Padajana Saitan Krishna Chaitanya Devan Sri Radha Krishna Padasahagana Lalita Sri Visakha Vitam Cha All right. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah. Vasudeva Sutam Vande Kamsa Chanuramadanam Devaki Paramananda Krishna Vande Jagaguru. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pistaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devim Gauravani Pracharine Nebise Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Suryabheta Gadahara Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktovinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I thank everyone who is here this morning for our discourse on Damodara Lila, specifically damodarastakam, and also those who are Vrindavan TV watching, and of course most devotees, they are on the parikrama, so we are having less audience. But the Damodara Lila is one of the sweetest pastimes of Lord Krishna, whereby the supremacy of Lord Krishna is put aside, his sweetness of being subordinate to his devotee is glorified, is enhanced, whereby Krishna becomes subordinate to his devotees, but this is to his devotees' love for him. So in this month, we're having especially the month of Kartik months. This is the month whereby Krishna was bound by the shoulder. Hey, you guys, stop talking at the back, otherwise go out. Those kids, tell them to go out, they should not be talking. Tell them to go out, those kids. They are disturbing. All right. So, just as Mother Yashoda bound baby, the infant Krishna, with the rope of love, similarly, Srimati Radharani also bound Krishna with her love. So therefore, this is month of Damodara, but the queen of this month is actually Srimati Radharani, because this month also she bound Krishna with her love. So it's a very, very beautiful lila. So yesterday we were discussing about Mother Yashoda preparing yogurt for Krishna. Actually, she was churning butter, and as she was churning butter, she was remembering Krishna's pastimes, Krishna Lila. Krishna Lila is always very, very beautiful, very, very enchanting to the mind. So preparing butter and simply reminiscing Krishna's wonderful pastime. And this is giving her a lot of transcendental bliss. Because the more we absorb ourselves in the thoughts of Krishna's pastime, the more we become happy. The real happiness and all the troubles of this material world will just go far away. So Mother Yashoda doing this. In the meanwhile, while she was preparing the butter, churning the butter, so Krishna woke up, and then he woke up, came to Mother Yashoda, and Mother Yashoda, looking at Krishna, she immediately put Krishna on her lap and feeding Krishna with her breast milk. And as she was doing so, feeding Krishna with her breast milk, then there was a pot of milk on fire. So this pot of milk started boiling. The pot of milk boiling and then started spilling over. So Mother Yashoda, she need to, because the milk is also, everything is meant for Krishna's service. So Mother Yashoda she put Krishna down so that she can take care of this boiling milk. So she put Krishna down, and Krishna felt that he has not been sufficiently fed. So he became angry. He became angry that how come my mother put me down this way? He became angry, and then he took a stick. He took a stick and hit the pot of butter that was churning. He hit it and he broke it. So breaking it, and then of course Krishna immediately knew that he has done something wrong. So he went to a room and then he was feeding himself and also feeding his friend, and as well as the monkeys. So when Mother Yashoda came back, she found that the churning pot had been broken, and she immediately knew that yes, this is the work of Krishna. And then she took a stick to go after Krishna. She took a stick wanting to chastise a child, a son. So Krishna, seeing the stick, started running away from Mother Yashoda. So Krishna was running away from Mother Yashoda, and Mother Yashoda also running after him to catch him. So Mother Yashoda going after Krishna with the stick in her hand, she went. And then so Krishna was actually, as he was going, he was crying that, oh, the mother is coming after me, and she's going to beat me. And so Krishna is trying to figure out how to protect himself. Now, we can see the protector of the whole world, who is the supreme Ishvara, the controller of everything. Now, he's now seeking protection from his mother. Yashoda biyolu kalata bamanam. By becoming afraid of Mother Yashoda, because Mother Yashoda, she has a stick in her hand. So with this, and then Krishna called out. He called out, Balaram, come and help me out. But Balaram was not there, because Balaram, he had gone with Nanda Maharaj to a place where sacrifice is taking place. Because that time, Bhagavad Rishi is performing some sacrifice. So all the inhabitants of the household, they've all gone there. Krishna also called Mother Rohini. The Rohini Maya, come and help me out. Come and help me. But she was also not there. She has also gone out. So Krishna, he had no one to call to come and help him from his mother chasing him. So Krishna, he's looking around, trying to see where to go, trying to see where to avoid the chasing of Mother Yashoda. So Krishna thought that, okay, maybe I should go out, because if I go outside, into the outside, Mother Yashoda, she will not come after me, because it is the cultural thing that the cultured women, they will not go outside the house. They will not go outside the house. So Krishna said, okay, I'm just going to run outside, because the mother will not follow me outside. But Mother Yashoda, she was very, very determined to catch Krishna. She was very, very determined. So she followed him outside. So she followed him. Krishna was running after him. It was 2 years old. It was only 2 years old. And Mother Yashoda is kind of elderly lady, because when Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maya, when they had Krishna as their child, they were already old. They were old. So because Mother Yashoda, she's, thin-waisted, she's kind of a little bit, chubby a little bit. So she's full figure. But here's this small boy running after him. But Yashoda Maya, she was very, very determined to catch Krishna. So she will not give up. She will not stop running after Krishna. She had a strong determination to catch him. Very strong determination to catch Krishna. Which actually gives us a lesson that, yes, if we want to become successful in devotional service to Krishna, we have to have strong determination. As they say, unless one is very, very serious, attaining Krishna is impossible. So Mother Yashoda is very, very determined to catch Krishna. And even though she was running after Krishna, she was very, very tired, getting tired. She was sweating, and also the flowers that was on her hair, the flower was falling down. The flower was falling down, so she could not. But the flower was falling down from her head, falling on the ground. But this endeavor, which is being performed by Mother Yashoda, is actually a very laudable endeavor. Very, very laudable, because she wanted to catch Krishna, whom all the yogis, they've been attempting to capture within their heart. And they were unsuccessful. But Krishna, Mother Yashoda, she's very determined, I must catch him. So being such an example, the flowers falling down, they're actually offering their respect to Mother Yashoda. They're such a great bhakta, such a great premi bhakta. So the flowers falling down, it's a sort of making an humble offering to the lotus feet of Mother Yashoda. So, but Krishna was running, but at the same time, Mother Yashoda, she has a determination to catch Krishna, but at the same time, she was thinking, my child is running, and he's running on the ground, barefooted, and Krishna has a very soft lotus feet. His lotus feet is very, very soft. Somebody Yeshua is thinking that, how can my child is running this way and he must be hurting his foot. So many stones are there, and these stones might be piercing Krishna's foot. Somebody assured us he was thinking in terms of inconvenience that Krishna must be having. So because of our struggle, our determination, and because of our determined love, praying for Krishna, so Krishna, he eventually allowed himself to be caught. He allowed himself to be caught, and somebody Yashoda catch Krishna. She caught him. So, and then of course, when Mother Yashoda catch Krishna, Krishna's crying like anything. Because when the child sees that the mother is about to punish him, the child will start crying, trying to avoid being chastised, being beaten by the mother. So Satyavrata Muni, he had composed these wonderful prayers. He had composed them. Started from Namami Ishvara Sachidananda Rupam, Lasa Kundalam Gokule Pajamanam, Yashoda Biyolu Kaladava Madam, Paramistam Achan to Ducha Gopya. So in the verse 2, talking about the Krishna, after being caught by Mother Yashoda, so Satyavrata Muni said, Rudam Tamoho Netra Yugma Mrijantan, Karambo Jayugme Na Satan Kanetran, Mahuswasakam Patire Kakakanta, Sitai Graibadamo Dara Bhakti Badam. So, seeing the stick in his mother's hand, I'm fearful of being beaten. So Krishna is weeping, incessantly weeping, rubbing his eyes again and again, weeping, Krishna was rubbing his with two lotus arms, is rubbing his eyes, weeping. And of course, because Mother Yashoda shared the stick in her hand, that yes, I must chastise you. So Krishna's eyes are extremely restless and filled with fear. He takes heavy breath again and again that cause the pearls and other ornaments around his neck, which is marked by 3 gracefully curving lines, to tremble. Oh, Damodara, you have been bound by your mother's Vatsaya Bhakti. I offer my obeisances unto that Damodara. So Satyavrata Muni, making his obeisance to Damodara again and again, that yes, you have been caught by your mother, and then you have been bound by him. You have been bound by him, by who's actually binding, by whose energy the whole universe is bound, by whose energy. But now you have been bound by him. So, Srila Sanatana Goswami, he had written the commentary. It is called Digdarshanatika on this composition of Satyavrata Muni. So, Srila Sanatana Goswami, quoting from Bhagavatam, the 10th canto, chapter 9. The 10th canto, chapter 9, this is where you find the description of Damodara Lila in 10th canto, chapter 9. So Sukade Goswami, he had said, Kita gasantam parudana makshini, kasantam anjan masini swa panina, udviksha manam bhaya vivalekshanam, aste gritva Vishayanti Avagurat. So Mother Yashoda, she watched as a naughty child cried bitterly and rubbed his eyes with both arms. The black ointment from around his eyes mixed with his tears and spread everywhere. Seeing her son with his eyes full of fear at the sight of the stick she was brandishing, Yashoda took him by the hand and began to gently reproach him in order to instill fear in him. So, Krishna is crying again and again, rubbing his tears coming from his eye, rubbing his eyes with his two lotus hands, rubbing his eyes, and breathing very heavily, breathing very heavily, crying. Actually, Krishna was crying so loud that he wanted the other members of the household to come and save him from Mother Yashoda's beating. But nobody was coming because everybody has gone out. So Krishna was breathing again and again, crying again and again, Actually, Srila Vishnu Chakravarti, he had written in the I think the Madhurya Kadambini that Krishna's crying is not just a pretension. It's not that Krishna is feeling that I'm God, I'm the Supreme Lord, who can bind me? After all, he possesses all power. Who can bind God? Who can put him under control? He is the controller of everyone. So, but Krishna is actually feeling it. Because the Lord has two distinct Shakti, two distinct energy. One is called Sarvagyan. Sarvagyan means the know of everything, the supreme controller, the control of all the energies. So many energies are there, Sarvagyan. Another energy is Mugdhata. Mugdhata, this is explained by Vishnu Chakravarti, that this Mugdhata is whereby the Lord actually forget himself. He forget his own supremacy over every living entity. He forget it. He allowed himself to be just like any ordinary living entity. He allowed himself to be like ordinary living entity. This is due to love of his devotees. Just like in the Bhagavatam, in his prayer, Lord Brahma was praying that that prayer, Jnane prayasu dapasyanamanta eva. There's a very, very beautiful verse in the Bhagavatam, whereby, let me just get it here. Lord Brahma is praying to Lord Krishna. He's making a prayer. Look at this. Anyway. Man, you got so many of them here. So Lord Brahma is praying to Lord Krishna. And this prayer, when this prayer was heard by Mahaprabhu, when it was recited by Ramananda Roy, Mahaprabhu was very, very happy with this prayer. Okay, let me just get it here. Okay, the prayer is, Jnane prayasam udapashana manta eva. Jivanti samukaritam bhavadirijabatam. Stane sita sutigatam tanavamanobi. Ye prayaso jita jito. Ajita jito apyasita stalokam. So this is Lord Brahma. This is from the Bhagavad-Gita, 10th Canto, chapter 14, text 3. So Brahmaji is praying to Krishna. He said, those who, even while remaining situated in their established positions, throw away the process of speculative knowledge and with their body, words, and mind, offer all respects to descriptions of your personality and activities, dedicating their lives to these narrations, which are vibrated by you personally and by your pure devotees, certainly conquer your lordship, although you are otherwise unconquerable by anyone within the 3 words. Lord Krishna is called Ajita. Ajita means someone who cannot be conquered by anyone. The Lord is unconquerable. Who can conquer God? Who can defeat God? He is the greatest. He is the greatest. No one is equal to him, and no one is greater than him. He's the greatest. So he's called Ajita. Ajita. But Ajita, the person who's unconquerable, who cannot be conquered by anyone, he becomes Jito. He becomes conquered by, what is that? By the love of his devotee, Bhakti-yoga. This is what Satyabhata Muni said. Satagrava damodara bhakti-yoga. That yes, he's become tied, he become bound by the rope of love. By the rope of love, he become bound by it. So somebody showed her, she was very, very determined. So Krishna is crying, begging, for telling his mother, please don't beat me, please don't beat me, don't beat me. And the mother Yashoda, she's scolding Krishna, that, oh, you're so naughty, you're going to people's houses, stealing from them, all these things. And people, even though we have everything here in your house, why are you going out to other people's houses and causing so much mischief? Because every day the neighbors, the neighbor gopis, they will come every day to Mother Yashoda and complain that, oh, Krishna had come and he had been coming to our house and stealing the butter and breaking the pot, so many things. So it's become a daily affair that the neighbors, they're complaining to Mother Yashoda. But of course, even though they are complaining to Mother Yashoda that Krishna has been doing this thing, stealing from their house, but they actually enjoy it. They relish it. It's not that they are disturbed by it. They actually relish. Because just by seeing Krishna, it's like, this is the perfection of life. Just by seeing the Krishna's beautiful form, the mind becomes completely satisfied. This is the perfection of life. What is the eye is meant for? This eye that we're having, what is it meant for? The eye is meant to see Krishna. Otherwise, the eye that does not see Krishna, that eye is useless eye, just like an owl, the bird. In the daytime, the eye is wide open. The eye is wide open, but cannot see. Cannot see. So the eye that does not see Krishna, that does not look at the beautiful form of Krishna, is just like an owl. It's blind. So this is the gopis, the neighbors, even though they don't see, even though they are complaining that, oh, too much Ishvara, that, oh, Krishna has been coming to our house all the time, causing all this mischief. But they are just saying that to Mother Yashoda because they want to have certain relishment. They want to enjoy Krishna Lila. They want to enjoy Krishna's childhood pastimes. Because if a day comes that Krishna does not go to their house, because actually every morning the gopis, the elderly gopi, they sit hiding somewhere. They want to see Krishna coming to cause his mischievous activities. So they sit down, hiding themselves, watching Krishna coming. But if a day comes that Krishna does not come to their house, they become worried. They become very, very restless. That, oh, and then they will go to Mother Yashoda. That, my Yashoda Didi, is anything wrong with Krishna? Is anything wrong with Lala? Is he sick or something? Because they have not seen him. So they'll be asking Mother Yashoda that if Krishna is sick or not. So they become worried. So the same persons, same ladies, who have been complaining to Mother Yashoda that Krishna has been coming to their house, breaking their pots, stealing the yogurt, and all that, stealing the butter. Now they become worried that Krishna has not come today. Where is he? Why is he not coming today? So therefore, they said that so Krishna is crying loudly because feeling that Mother Yashoda is going to beat him. And then, as explained by Jiva Goswami in the Gopal Champu, they see this very, very beautiful conversation that Mother Yashoda had with Krishna, whereby Mother Yashoda is accusing Krishna of being a thief, and then Krishna is replying back to Mother Yashoda that, no, don't accuse me of being a thief. Don't accuse me of that. If anybody should be a thief, this should come from your dynasty. You cannot accuse me of being a thief. This conversation is there, Mother Yashoda. Then, of course, when what is Krishna stealing? Makana Taskara or Gopi Jana Vashahari, the butter thief, or the stealing the clothes of the gopis. But what he's stealing is Chitahari, stealing the heart. Krishna steals the heart. So which means if we become serious to stop our existence in this material world, if we become serious to cross the samsara, the repetition of birth and death, and we are serious to reestablish our eternal relationship with Krishna, and we take this process of bhakti very, very seriously, following the footsteps of great devotees, anugatya, because in order to render bhakti, there has to be what we call anugatya. Anugatya means we have to follow someone. We have to follow footsteps of someone who is perfect devotees. So therefore it's mentioned that we have to follow the footsteps of the Brajabasi. And who are the Brajabasi? The Brajabasi are those great devotees who have love for Krishna, who have unparalleled love for Krishna. And if you're ready to do that, being anugatya, follow, then Krishna can steal our heart, so that our heart will no longer be drawn to any sort of desire to enjoy this material world. Our heart will only be drawn towards Krishna. So if our heart is drawn towards Krishna, so which means Krishna has stolen our heart. So that's what we have to pray for. That's what we have to pray for. How Krishna can be the stealer can be the thief of our heart. That's what we have to pray for. So when Mother Yashoda was accusing Krishna of causing all these disturbances, and then, even though Krishna is crying, and then Krishna is telling Mother Yashoda that, look, if you're going to beat me, then I'm just going to run away. I'm going to go to the forest. If you're accusing me of being like a monkey, because Mother Yashoda is accusing Krishna of being like a monkey. So, you are just like a monkey, this and that, doing this. So Krishna said, okay, if you want to accuse me of being a monkey, okay, I'm going to go to the forest, and you'll never see me again. I'm going to go to the forest, and you'll never see me again. So when Mother Yashoda heard this, she became a little bit afraid. She said, oh, I cannot allow this to happen. This Krishna is going to do is threatening to go to the forest. So Mother Yashoda became a little bit afraid that, oh, Krishna is going to go to the forest. So at the end, so Mother Yashoda said that, okay, I will, so she, even though she had a stick in her hand, so she threw away the stick. She threw away the stick, that, okay, I'm not going to beat you, but I'm going to have to bind you. I'm going to have to bind you so that your naughtiness can stop. Because Mother Yashoda, she has so many household works to do. So she went to bind Krishna. She went to bind Krishna so that Krishna can no longer be restless. So this is what being portrayed in this verse of Satyavartamuni that we are reading. So in this commentary, Sanatana Goswami, he said, in this stanza, beginning with Rudantam, so Rudantam means to cry, Krishna Rudantam Huneta Yugnamija, so cry. So Sri Satyavartamuni fully captured the meanings of the Bhagavatam verse. In following with the second half of the previous stanza, he continues to establish his worshipful Lord's supremacy through description of his unique pastimes. Appreciating the same pastime that is described in the above verse from Bhagavatam, he spoke the present stanza thus: when he saw his mother holding a stick, he became apprehensive, fearing that she would surely beat him. Now he's hoping that by showing her how afraid he is, he can avoid being punished. So Rudantam, he cries bitterly, Ankaramboja Jugmina Netram Yugnamijantam. He rubs his eyes again and again with both his lotus-like hands. So just like in the first stanza, the first sloka or the damodarastakam, whereby the Satyavartamuni, he said in Yashoda Biyolu Kala Davamanam, so Yashoda Biya, which means become very, very afraid of Mother Yashoda. Afraid of Mother Yashoda, he's running here and there, that Mother Yashoda is going to bite him. Now Mother Yashoda has cut all of him now. She has cut all of him. Now he's crying very, very bitterly. He's crying very, very bitterly. Now this kind of pastime, it's very, very difficult for those devotees who are in the Ishvara above to appreciate that. How can you say that God, the Supreme God, he has become a plaything in the heart of his devotee and it's crying, he became afraid and it's crying. This this, this cannot be understood. This cannot be accepted. What kind of description is this? What kind of description is this? But this kind of pastime where Krishna apparently forget his own supremacy as the supreme Bhagavan and become a plaything in the hands of his devotee, this only happened only in Vrindavan. There's no other place. There's no other place. And that's why I mentioned that Vrindavan is a special abode, whereby love of God is to really, really manifest. So when one time, Srila Rupa Goswami, he was going to Puri. He was going to Puri to meet Chaitanya Prabhu. And before leaving to go and meet Puri, he had begun to compose a book which focuses on Krishna Lila. He had begun to compose a book which focuses on Krishna Lila, and this book contains both Braja pastimes and Dwaka pastimes. So when Rupa Goswami, he reaches one place, the place is called Satyabhama Pool. This is before Puri, before reaching Puri. So when he took rest at night, and in his dream, Krishna's queen, Satyabhama, she appeared to him in a dream. She said, "You should write a separate drama about me. You should write a separate drama about me," because Rupa Goswami had been writing one book which contains the Vrindavan Lila and Dwaka Lila. But in this dream, Satyabhama approached to him and said that you have to write a separate book about me, which means he's saying that don't combine both books together. And then when so Rupa Goswami he met Chaitanya Prabhu in Puri. So he met Chaitanya Prabhu in Puri. Of course, Rupa Goswami is a very, very dear devotee of Lord Chaitanya. And he was discussing about his writing. He had composed so many introduction to his book. So Chaitanya Prabhu then first gave instruction to Rupa Goswami. He said that in your writing, never take Krishna out of Vrindavan. Never take Krishna out of Vrindavan, because Krishna, who is Nandana, is different from Krishna, who is Yadu Kumar. Krishna, Nandana, the son of Nanda Maharaj, is not the same as Krishna, Yadu Kumar, who is the son of Yadus. In this case, Vasudev Putra, Devaki Nandana, is different. Mahaprabhu said, because Krishna, he never take a step outside Vrindavan. Vrindavan Prityaga Pada Ekana Gachati. That Krishna, he never take a step outside of Vrindavan. So therefore, in your writing, do not take Krishna out of Vrindavan in your writing. So when Mahaprabhu said this, so the Rupa Goswami, he reminded himself of the instruction which he had received from Satyabhama in the dream, that you should write a separate drama. So therefore, Rupa Goswami, he wrote two books. One is called Vidagdha Madhava, and the other one is Lalita Madhava. So Vidagdha Madhava is basically a book which is about Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes. It's a very, very wonderful book which explains all the Krishna's intimate pastimes, Lila, with the gopis of Vrindavan. And then the Lalita Madhava is about Krishna's pastimes in Dwaka. Krishna's pastime in Dwaka. And of course, being Dwaka, Krishna is of course always thought of his devotees of Vrindavan. He's always thinking of his dealings in Vrindavan. That sometimes when Krishna sleep on the bed with his queens, at night, in the middle of the night, he'd be chanting the name of the gopis, Gopi, Radhe, Radhe, he'd be chanting their names. So anyway, that's a separate subject, separate discussion. So in Vrindavan, Krishna is not God in Vrindavan. Yes, he's the God of all, he's the God, but in Vrindavan, the Brijabasi, they don't see Krishna as God, they just see Krishna as their most wonderful relatives. Even though they see Krishna killing so many demons every day, they see Krishna performing so many extraordinary activities which cannot be performed by anyone, but they just see Krishna as their wonderful relatives. And the Nanda Maharaj, when Krishna, during the naming ceremony of Krishna, Gagamuni, I told Nanda Maharaj that your son, because Gagamuni, he did not tell Nanda Maharaj that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, is Bhagavan, because he knows. But knowing the love and mentality of Nanda Maharaj, he simply said that your son, he has the power of Narayan. He did not say that your son is Narayan. He simply said that he has the power of Narayan, and he will be the deliverer of all you Brajabasis. So therefore, whenever there's any trouble, any problems in Vrindavan, so the Brajabasis, they simply call out, hey Krishna, come and protect us. And Krishna will immediately go and give them protection. So sometimes, all the cowherd men, sometimes when they see all these wonderful activities of Krishna, which is beyond ordinary activities, sometimes they will wonder. They would ask Nanda Maharaj that, Nanda Maharaj, Baba, what is this about your son? He's killing so many demons, swallowing the forest fire. What is this about your son? Is that something you are not telling us? So the Brajabasi, they become very curious. They want to know. So Nanda Maharaj will say, well, my son, according to Gagamuni, he has the power of Narayan. So because he has the power of Narayan, so therefore he's able to do so many wonderful things. But it's my son. So in this way, the Brajabasi, they are covered by the the love, which is saturated in Vrindavan, the Madhurya, the loving pastimes. They are covered by this love of Krishna. So the idea that Krishna is God, that is never there, that Krishna is God. So Krishna is doing things. He's trying to avoid being punished by Mother Yashoda when he was crying again and again, tears coming from his eye. And then when Mother Yashoda says that, yes, Krishna is very much afraid, so she threw away the stick. Now, this rubbing of Krishna's eye, when he was rubbing his eye, Krishna is actually doing it for real. I mentioned earlier that it's not that Krishna is simply faking or playing. He's actually doing it for real. He's actually feeling that, yes, my mother is going to bite me, he's going to beat me. So therefore he's crying. The actual tears is coming from his eye. Just like in what we are reading. The Sanatana Goswami is saying, the meaning of Satanka Netram is that if even his eyes are expressing that he's afraid of being punished, his mind must be overwhelmed with fear. Otherwise, it may be taken to mean he is casting his glance in all directions because he is greatly agitated by fear. His attempt to avoid being beaten by his mother is another of his unique confidential pastimes. And moreover, Muhu, because of his continuous crying and constantly heavy sobs, Kantastita Graibam, the pearl necklace and other ornaments around his neck, which is marked with three lines, because Krishna's neck is like a conch shell. Krishna's neck, he has 3 lines. So it's called Trirekanka. Rekanka. Krishna's neck is described to have, there's a line of a conch shell on his neck. So all these ornaments, who are actually decorating his body, so they're all shaking as Krishna is crying. He was actually crying very heavily. So the ornament on his ears, his neck, they're all shaking. So therefore, so Mother Yashoda, she decided not to beat Krishna. She said, okay, now I'm going to bind you to a wooden, to Uluka, the mortar, the grinding mortar. I am going to bind you. So she decided to bind Krishna. So this is a very, very, amazing pastime. Rudantam hone tayigam yantam karabo jayugman satankan etan mahu sosakampa trirekanka sita garaba damodara bhakti badam. So Mother Yashoda, she decided to bind Krishna. Now this is an affair, this is a job itself. So how does she decide to bind Krishna? So there was the grinding mortar, which is there, which means it's kind of big, it's not small altar. It's not a small mortar, the Uluka. So and Krishna is very small as a child, it's just very tiny, only 2-year-old, it's very tiny. So she puts Krishna so she took a rope. Actually, she took a rope from her side, and then she tried to bind Krishna. As she tried to bind Krishna, she took the rope on Krishna's waist, around the mortar, the grinding mortar. But the rope was 2 inches too short, actually 2 fingers too short. The rope was very, very short. And then she gathered more ropes. She started to put more rope. She tied them together. But each time she does, the rope is always 2 fingers too short. The rope is always 2 fingers too short every time. And then she called her maidservant, Matanga, called the maidservant, telling her to go and bring more rope from the house. So the maidservant came, bringing rope from the house. Still, she would tie them together, trying to bind Krishna. But Krishna is always 2 fingers too short. The rope is always 2 fingers too short. So bringing all the rope from the house, still it's always 2 fingers too short. But Mother Yashoda, of course, she will not give up, because she's very, very determined that yes, this child must be bound to the grinding mortar. She will not give up. And then Mother Yashoda call up the neighboring ladies. So all the neighboring ladies, they all came. They came there to the spot where Mother Yashoda trying to bind Krishna. So she asked them for rope. She asked them for rope. So all of them, they were bringing rope. But she would tie them together and trying to bind Krishna to the altar. But still, the rope is always 2 fingers too short. So after some time, all the ladies, they all started laughing at Mother Yashoda. And they are telling Mother Yashoda that, look, Yashoda Didi, this child of yours, we've heard that he has some power. He has got some Shakti, Mohini Shakti. And with this Mohini Shakti, he's very, very powerful. So you don't have ordinary child. Actually, Krishna, before Mother Yashoda tried to bind Krishna, Krishna already made a determination that he will not be bound by Mother Yashoda. Already made that. So when Krishna made the determination that he will not be bound, so his energy, Vibhuti Shakti, came and immediately got into motion. Because Krishna is full of energies, all his different Shakti, whenever I want to perform any activities, so all different Shaktis, they all come into play. So the Vibhuti Shakti is into play. So Mother Yashoda will not succeed in binding Krishna. She will not succeed. So the ladies, they are telling her that, oh, your child, he has got some Shakti, some Vibhuti, Mohini Shakti. So therefore, he could not be banned. He cannot ban him. So Mother Yashoda replied that, look, you all don't know what you are talking about. My child, what Shakti does he? He has no Shakti, he has no energy. Just a small boy, small tiny boy. So therefore, I must bind him. I have to bind him. Otherwise, he will not stop his naughtiness. I must bind him. So it became a big tussle, big competition. Mother Yashoda trying to bind Krishna, and Krishna will not allow himself to be bound by Mother Yashoda. He will not. Now, 2 fingers too short. 2 fingers too short. Every time she tries to bind, it's always 2 fingers too short. So now, what does this mean? What does this 2 fingers too short means? In devotional service to Krishna, there's always 2 things that's always required. One thing is endeavor, the intense endeavor that must be there. The endeavor must be there. And second is the mercy of the Lord. Like every time we are making so much prayer so that we can get the Lord's mercy. But at the same time, the intensity of our practice must always be there. The intensity of our endeavor must always be there. So which means we cannot allow ourselves to remain slacking at any time in the execution of devotional service. You know, as they say, that God help those who help themselves. We cannot expect ourselves to get the Lord's mercy if we are not endeavoring for perfection, if we are not taking the process of devotional service seriously. We are not doing what we are expected to do. For example, there are regulations of devotional service which have been enumerated, which have been explained in the scriptures by the acharyas, that yes, you must do this, wake up, do your sadhana, all these things you must do. Don't let a minute waste go by without thinking of Krishna. Don't let the mind wander away. Don't let the mind wander away and be thinking of Maya instead of thinking of Krishna. Because as they say, that spiritual life is like declaring war on the material energy. Krishna consciousness is like once declaring war on the material energy, because when this material world, our Devi, her vow is to keep us here in the material world. And we have been here since time immemorial. We have been here for eternity, life after life, different bodies. We have been here. So Maya Devi, her duty is to keep us here. Is to keep us in the material world. Until we are really ready to really want to look towards Krishna. So a devotee has to be very strongly determined. Satya Sankapa means the vow. The Satya Sankapa, just like in this is the month of Kartik. And this month, normally, the devotees, they usually take extra vows in terms of their sadhana, execution of devotionals, the extra austerity that devotees take. For example, just like many are going parikrama, or many are increasing their chanting. It's not that we are initiated and then we are told to chant just 60 rounds and that's it. No. Devotees, they take extra step, they make extra vows in terms of their sadhana, especially in this month of Kartik. Because if one do things correctly, then the Lord will extend His mercy to us. So these two things must always be there. The endeavor must be there, and then at the same time praying for the mercy of the Lord. There's a logic. One is monkey logic, and the other one is kitten logic. Kukuta and Makata. Two logic. The logic of a cat, baby cat, and the logic of a monkey. So this logic is that the cat, the kitten, the baby cat, will always be looked after by the mother. The mother does not allow the baby kitten to go away. So the mother is always protective of the kitten, of the baby kitten. So the mother will not let go, always protective. Whereas the baby monkey is different thing. The monkey is different. Because the mother is always jumping from tree to tree, always jumping here and there. So the baby monkey will always have to hold on tightly to the mother. And while holding on to the mother, if the mother is while jumping, the baby falls down, the mother will not look back. The mother will not look behind and pick the monkey. No, he will just keep going. So the baby, the only way of protection is to always hold on tightly to the mother. So this is called monkey logic and kitten logic. So in our Krishna consciousness, one is our practice, which is compared to the logic of the monkey, the practice, olam, practice endeavor. And the second one is the mercy that one gets. So that mercy become our sustenance. It sustains us, the mercy. So we have to always depend on we have to practice. We cannot say that, I just have to depend on the mercy of the Lord. And then we do all kind of nonsense, expecting to the Lord to be favorable for us. We cannot just depend on the mercy. Praying for the mercy. So we have to pray for the mercy all the time. And at the same time, we cannot claim that our practice is sufficient, that we are strong enough. So we have to do our practice so that we don't, and at the same time, we have to be praying to the Lord that we don't succumb to the allurement of material energy. Just like sometimes, like Prabhupada was, sometimes Prabhupada will be quiet, sometimes we'll be in the solemn situation. And devotees will ask Prabhupada, why are you so quiet? And Prabhupada will say that I'm simply praying that I don't fall to the influence of material energy. I don't fall to the influence of Maya. And of course, the devotee will say that, oh, Prabhupada, you are beyond Maya, you are beyond that. This is, you are beyond that. But Prabhupada said, no, we always have to pray to get the Lord's mercy so that we are not succumb, we don't fall under the influence of Maya, the material energy. So this is situation. So these two things, so guys too short, this is the explanation. That yes. So Mother Yashoda is very determined to bind Krishna. And Krishna is determined also not to be bound. His energy is in play. His Vibhuti Shakti. So when all the neighboring ladies, they were all bringing robe. They bring robe from their houses. And Mother Yashoda, she will tie this rope together. Still, it's always coming 2 fingers too short. No matter how many ropes are tied together, it's always too short. So Mother Yashoda, she was amazed that what is going on here. But she was still very, very determined. She took a vow that my vow is I must bind this child. That's my vow. Even though everyone is telling her that, oh, you don't know about your child, your child has so much power, it cannot really be bound. But Mother Yashoda said, no, this is my child, I must bind him. She make this vow that no, I must bind him, this is my child. So, all of a sudden, all of Gokul became, all the roads from Gokul, they were brought together. Still, Krishna could not be bound. So the whole of Gokul became devoid of ropes. Just imagine all of Vrindavan. Gokul is a very big place. All the ropes are finished in Gokul. So what is left? Still, Krishna could not be bound. Because Krishna said, I'm not going to be bound. So his energy is in play, Karuna Shakti. No, not Karuna Shakti, the Vibhuti Shakti into play. But Mother Yashoda, she will not give up. She said, because she was getting tired, the sweat was coming from her forehead, in time to bind Krishna, the sweat coming from her forehead, and the flowers on her head from her braid, the flowers are falling down, and all these things. So she was actually becoming exhausted from this endeavor in trying to bind her son, trying to bind Krishna, but still, she will not give up. Because she made this vow that my child is naughty, and I must bind him. So after a long period of time, then Krishna allowed his Karuna Shakti, his compassionate Shakti, energy. So at the moment Krishna thought of Karuna Shakti, so Vibhuti Shakti went away. So Vibhuti Shakti went away, and And seeing so much endeavor of Mother Yashoda that she will not give up, she's very, very determined. So, because of this strong determination, Krishna become bound. It so happened that even though all the robes from Gokul were brought, from Gokul, and Krishna was not to be bound, when all these robes were tied together. Because, just see, how are you going to bind that person whom the entire universe is within his body? What can bind? Just imagine the whole universe, so many, not just one, so many universes are contained within his body. How are you going to bind? What's sort of the what kind sort of rope is that? It's impossible to bind. But when the Lord decided that, okay, I want to be bound by my loving devotees, I want to be bound by my loving devotee, so Mother Yashoda able to bind. So Sita Grava, Damodara, Bhakti, Badam. So Krishna was bound not by the rope, but by the loving affection of Mother Yashoda. Because all the ropes, they were too tied together, they could not be bound Krishna. So, and then Mother Yashoda, they put aside all the rope, and just by a small thread from her hair, this was used to bind Krishna. And the Krishna was bound. So it becomes, of course, like a miraculous thing that no, Krishna is not bound by Mother Yashoda. So this is very, very, this great pastime of Krishna being bound by his mother, this great pastime. So, and then Satyavata Muni, she is saying that this lila of Krishna, let me see, iti di swalila bi ananda kunde sagoshani majantan akyapayantan tadiye sita gesu bhakta jitaton puna premastastan sata pritibande tadiye sita gesu bhakta jitaton puna premastastan sata pritibande. So, by his childhood pastimes, such as this, Dhamma Bandhana Lila, Krishna's being bound by the rope of Mother Yashoda, he perpetually drowns all the residents of Gokul, his gopas, gopis, cows, calves, and so forth, who are all manifested by his pastime potency in pool of bliss. He thus informs those who have knowledge of his absolute divinity that only the pure and simple love of these devotees can conquer him. Again, hundreds of times I offer loving obeisance unto Sri Damodara Krishna. So these pastimes of Krishna, he drowns the entire inhabitants of Vrindavan in a loving ecstasy. He drowns because the supremacy of love of God is portrayed by the Brajabasi. So, when my Prabhu said that Vrindavana Pratyaga Padamekana na Brajet or na Gajati, that Krishna never take a step outside Vrindavan. Why? Because in Vrindavan is a place where everyone loves Krishna. Vrindavan is a place where everyone loves Krishna, and in a place where you are loved, who want to live such a place? Nobody wants to be in a nasty place where everyone hates you. Everyone wants to be in a place where they are loved. And a place where you are loved, you will not want to leave that place. So the Supreme Lord, Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Absolute Truth, by the love of his devotees in Vrindavan, so it's always with them. It's always with them. In one sloka, cited in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, so the Lord was saying that the whole world, they're offering me prayers. The whole world is offering me prayers, just like many suktas are there, like Purusha suktas, whereby, the prayers I've offered to the Lord every morning, just like if you go up to a place like Tirupati, you'll be hearing these prayers, Purusha suktas. And the whole Vedic scriptures are full of prayers to the Supreme Lord, to the Lord, full of so many prayers are there. But the Lord said, all these prayers do not attract me. All these prayers do not attract me. I am much more satisfied when the Bijabasi, when they chastise me with their cutting words. I'm much more satisfied by that. When the Bijabasi say, oh, you naughty, oh, you thief, Krishna says, this gives me immense bliss. This gives me immense happiness. When the Bijabasi, when they chastise me with their words, it gives me immense happiness, immense bliss. Sometimes the elderly ladies, they will tell Krishna that, oh Krishna, we will give you laddu if you simply dance. We're going to clap our hands, and if you dance, we will give you laddu. So hearing this, the ladies, they be singing. And of course, when they sing, what are they singing? They are singing about Krishna Lila, Krishna pastimes. They be remembering so many Krishna pastimes, so many of them, because Krishna has unlimited pastimes. So they be singing about this, clapping their hand. And when they clap their hand, Krishna will be dancing. So Krishna will be dancing to their tunes, and then so that he can get laddu from them. So Krishna become like a puppet in the hands of the Bijabhai, become like a puppet, like a breathing. But as mentioned in this text we are reading, that all manifestation of Vrindavan, it's all manifestation of Krishna's Lila Shakti. Krishna's pastimes, Lila Shakti. Lila means play. The play of the absolute, the play of God. This is where Krishna, the Lord, delights himself. He prayed. He had this play. So he delights himself. And the Vrindavan, the Vijayabasis, the all manifestation of the internal potency of Krishna. There is manifestation of Krishna's own internal potency. Or the Ladini Shakti, pleasure potency. So pleasure potency, Brijabasis and Krishna, essentially, they are non-different. They are non-different. So, and of course, with the conditioned souls, when we read about these pastimes of Vrindavan, these loving pastimes of Krishna and his loving devotees of Vrindavan, so when we, hear about this and we do bhajan, our bhajan, thinking of this, so we become benefited. We become benefited, and eventually we can become. We can be made to be part of this eternal pastimes of the Lord. So many scriptures have described these pastimes. So that's why the certificate money is a iti diga swali labi ananda kunde. That these pastimes of yours, it just put everyone in the ocean of bliss, ananda, in the ocean of bliss. The more we hear about Krishna Lila, the more transcendental happiness we feel. The only person who will not feel any transcendental bliss, happiness, by hearing the pastimes of Krishna, by hearing Krishna Lila, is only that person who is continuously drinking the poison of materialistic existence. Because those who are continuously drinking the poison of materialistic existence, they can never be attracted to Krishna Lila. They can never be attracted. Just like sometimes when, like Srila Prabhupada was mentioning one time, there was an old lady who was telling her husband that chant. And the man is saying, can't. You know? So we tell people that chant Krishna's name, chant. People say, oh no, can't, they cannot. Because, the attraction is the ocean of, is the poison of materialistic existence. So how can they relish the nectar of Krishna consciousness? It's not possible to relish the nectar of Krishna consciousness as long as one is severely afflicted by the network of illusion, by the network of Maya. Everyone, when you tell them, you meet someone on the street, and you ask him, how are you? They will say, fine, I'm fine. It's kind of illusion. He say, how are you? I'm saying, I'm fine. You are fine of what? You are fine. You're so much on the lap of Maya, being tormented by the threefold material miseries, being tormented by threefold material energy, and you are saying, oh, I am fine. Just like one time, there was a king who told his minister he wanted to find out in his kingdom who is lazy. He wanted to find out in his kingdom who is lazy. So he told his minister that you make an announcement that tomorrow the king is going to feed everyone in his palace. There's going to be a big bhojan, big feeding in the palace. So make an announcement, people should come to the palace. So the minister made the announcement. So the next day, everyone showed up to eat food, because the king said he's going to feed everyone. So and there was a pavilion which was constructed. A pavilion was constructed so that where supposedly people can sit down and eat. So when everyone sat in the pavilion, so the king told the minister, said that now set this pavilion on fire. So the pavilion was set on fire, and then everyone ran out. Everyone ran out except two persons. These two persons, they happened to be friends. So the other one told his friend that, I think I'm feeling some heat here. They are both sitting down. So I think I'm feeling some heat here. And his friend told him, you can just turn other side. Maybe you can just shift yourself this way or that way. Just turn yourself this way. Because these two guys, they were so lazy, they cannot even get up when the whole place is in fire. So this is the position of everyone in this material world. When somebody is coming, telling you that, this Krishna consciousness, take this book or take to the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra that you'll be happy. Everybody says, I'm so busy, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. So many, engagement is there. People are so busy because they are so lazy about their own self-interest. They are so lazy about what is good for them. So this is the position of everyone in this material. But devotees, they realize this transcendental bliss. Anytime they hear about Krishna, they are immediately transported into the ocean of transcendental bliss. Itiri solila bi ananda kunde sagoshan imbajana kapayantan. This is what Satyavata Muni is saying. That these pastimes of yours is the ocean of nectar, is the ocean of bliss. By this childhood pastime, such as this, the mother abandon, he perpetually drowned all the residents of Gokul, his gopas, gopis, cows, calves, and so forth, who are all manifested by his pastime potency in pools of bliss. He thus informs those who have knowledge of his absolute authority that only the pure and simple love of these devotees can conquer him. Again, hundreds of times, so Satyavata Muni is Puna Prima Tastam Satabriti Bande. So I'm offering my obeisances unto Lord Sri Krishna, who has become Damodara. Damodara means who is bound by the rope, bound by the rope of loving affection of Mother Yashoda. So I think I'm going to stop here. So I hope you're able to hear me. So it's nice to hear this wonderful lila. We should read about it. We should. It's there in the chapter 9 of the 10th canto Bhagavatam. And also many of our acharyas, they've also explained very, very nicely in their writings. Jiva Goswami Gopal Champu is there. Kavi Kanapu in the Ananda Vrindavan Champu is also there. So all these pastimes, they're all nicely described by the acharyas. So we can try to get into especially this month of Kartika. Now the Kartika is going to finish. Today's Ekadasi, so it's going to finish in the next few days. We have 4 more days of Kartika. Then it's over. So we have to wait till next year. So hopefully we've all been making the best of this month of Kartika by our vows, our regular hearing and chanting, our parikramas and all that. And then ultimately we will get some ultimate benefit. So thank you very much. Any question or anything? Or were you able to hear me? Is it? Okay. Am I audible? Okay. So tomorrow is our last day. We're going to discuss tomorrow about Kuvera, the sons of Kuvera, Manigriva and Nala Kuvera. So we're going to discuss about them tomorrow. Because this is part of Damodara Lila. How these 2 sons of Kuvera, how they were saved by Damodara. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day of this discussion. So thank you very much for coming. Jai Sri Damodara Lila ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gopi Manande, Hare Krishna.